Okay, guys, we had some slight microphone problems a couple minutes ago. I don't know what happened there, but it seems that it's kind of set up now. So, if you can see by the title on there, it says Tengen Games and Explanation. I'm going to do one of these for Wisdom Tree, also known as Color Dreams, but I'm going to do one for Tengen as well. Tengen was. I'm gonna give you a little history, and then we'll go over some of the games as we're going over. Tengen was created by Atari Games in 1987. They closed in 1994. At the time, Nintendo had restricted licenses to companies that they could only release only 5 games a year, and only Nintendo was allowed to make the cartridges, and they were exclusive to Nintendo for 2 years. Tengen wanted some less restrictions, and Nintendo wasn't happy about that. So, Tengen found a way to Nintendo had a lockout chip that nobody else could use their cartridges and things of that nature. So Tengen found a way around this lockout chip, and they kind of made their own games. Of course, after they shut down a long time ago, they consolidated into Time Warner Interactive. Tengen released under the NES banner. They released RBI Baseball, which you see I'm sitting on right there, Pac-Man, and Gauntlet. I've already went over Gauntlet. Some of the games, if you see them under Tengen or if you see them under Nintendo, they're the same game. It's just the cartridge will look a little bit different. Tengen had one of these cartridges that kind of sloped on the bottom part of it, and they were usually like a brownish, maybe like a tannish color. And a couple of the games they released, other than the RBI Baseball, Pac-Man, and Gauntlet, they released another version of Tetris. Also, they released Super Sprint, Rolling Thunder, Roadrunner, Vindicators, Afterburner, Alien Syndrome, Shinobi, Tubin, Fantasy Zone, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Klax, Miss Pac-Man, Pac-Mania, and RBI Baseball 2 and 3, and Skull and Crossbones. A lot of these were arcade games that were redone by them so that Nintendo players could have some of these, and we may not have had them before. Because Nintendo couldn't make some of them, because I know some of them were Sega games, and some of them just they would have a problem with whatever company it was. So, as you can see, Gauntlet right there says Tengen. I own a copy that looks like a Nintendo one and one that looks like a Tengen one. They both play the exact same. They both are the exact same game from what I have seen. I haven't seen anything different with them. I've showed you guys Gauntlet before. I've showed you Afterburner before. But I want to go over some of the other ones that might not be real well known to some people. So let me see if we can get Fantasy Zone. Yeah, Fantasy Zone is right here. Now, this was a game that was originally released on Sega, kind of like Afterburner. That was the same thing with Alien Syndrome. Sega, a lot of the games that they had are made on their own system. So, Sega owners got Fantasy Zone. We didn't quite really get it. I'll go into more depth and more detail. But for right now, I just want you guys to kind of see how some of these games played. And some of them you may remember. Let's see. That's a little bit of Fantasy Zone. You guys know what Shinobi is. I've kind of been over that. Let me show you guys Klax. Klax was a game that I had heard about. Didn't know it was going to come out on Nintendo, and it actually did. It is you'll see a lot of these are Atari because, like I said, Tengen was created by Atari Games. So a lot of them are under the Atari games. They're under that. We'll go ahead and we'll show you maybe a little bit of clacks. You have to get 3 claxes. There's 3 tiles of the same color in a row. They can be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. As you see, they show you that they can be that way. They can be horizontal, or they can be diagonal. It just depends upon how they are. And you can, it's kind of like Tetris, but you can make them fall faster. You have to collect them on your little holder so that you can then drop them. You can hold up to, I think, 3 at one time and drop them all at one time. And I'm gonna drop 2 there, and then, you know, once you got so much or something, you know, you be out of the level and things like that. So there's clacks. See, do I want to show you guys, what else do I want to show you? You guys know about Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Mania. And I really like RBI Baseball. I like all 3 of them. They're pretty good games too. They're good baseball games. And let's see. Let me go down to there and do RBI Baseball, at least RBI Baseball 1. I don't think I've ever went over RBI Baseball 1 with you guys. This is one of the first baseball games I ever played. It only has like 10 teams. And when you're playing against a computer, you can pick the first computer team that you face, but you have to beat all 9 of them. I do not have my favorite team's not on there, but I pick Detroit, and the reason I picked Detroit is one of the only teams that has a left-handed pitcher, and for some reason whenever I would play them on here, I could not hit off of the left-handed pitcher, so effectively I took the left-handed pitcher out of the game. So, but it's your basic baseball game. You field, you do everything that you're supposed to do. You base run and everything else. If you get too far ahead, the computer will forfeit if it's still within like the first. I think it's within the first 6 innings. It's like a mercy killing rule, and they'll do that. That one's not gonna go over the wall. Tag up and run home. I might make it. Woohoo! So, you know, but here's RBI Baseball, and I really like it. I like how the game is. You know, it's not overly difficult, but it's not really easy either. You know, there are sometimes that the computer goes kind of stupid and does things they're not supposed to do. But, you know, that's just kind of how that goes. See, now I'm going to pitch. You can kind of control where you want the pitch to go. I didn't really want to start right down the middle like that. Now I got to grab it here, throw it. And you can actually just kind of run around and throw the ball around if you really want to. You just want to be a jerk about it. I usually try to catch that corner over there and give them a swing. Sometimes if you can get them really going, you can do that a lot and just throw it away. And you gotta watch, because if there's not somebody there to catch the ball, when you throw it to the base, if there's not somebody there, the ball will go right by the base. I did not want to throw that. I was trying to shoot it back to the inside. That's what happens when you get a home run. Unfortunately, it was for the other team. So, we're going to go to Skull and Crossbones. This is the last one I want to show you. RBI Baseball 2 and 3. There's more teams. The games play about the same, but there's more teams, and also the batters you can kind of see up in the box over there, the batters look a little more slender and a little more like people instead of just little tiny I don't know what you'd call them. Just little tiny guys. They look like actual people this time. Might go to Rolling Thunder since I'm down here. I know a lot of people might not know Rolling Thunder until they see it on here. This was another one I played. Well, I play Super Sprint. I like it pretty good. I'll try to see if I can go by it real quick as well. Rolling Thunder was originally an arcade game, I do believe. It's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's your basic kind of a spy game. You shoot the bad guys, you try to get the upgrades and your bullets and everything. The only bad thing is you can only take so many hits, and you really gotta watch out because shoot you in the kneecap. I don't know if there's anything behind these doors or not. That's what I'm going in them. Oh, there's enemies in them. That's for sure. Oh, got shot right in the chest. Wow, that's a bummer. So, but that's pretty much what that is. You guys have seen something like that. You see them all. I may go down to Tengen and Shinobi. Shinobi is basically it's the arcade version, but it's not as good as the arcade version. It's kind of, I know I already went by this one, but it's the arcade version of the game, but Sega did a much better job. Of course, we get the ended kind of sorry knockoff here. Man, if you wanted to get your Shinobi fix, this is how you done it. If you had a Nintendo, either this or you save up your quarters and you go to the arcade. However, I'll assume everybody knows what an arcade is. I assume I don't have fans that are that young that do not know what one of those are. If you don't know what an arcade is, I'll fill you in real quick. It's no big deal. An arcade back in the day is where you would go and they'd have a bunch of assortment of games and they would stand. And some of them you could sit on and stuff like that, but most of them were just stand up. You just hit the buttons and you move the joystick. There were different ones, like there were shooting ones and different things like that. And you know, you'd pay a quarter. They'd set the game on probably what was like overly difficult. And it was so that you would put in more quarters, and however many quarters it would take for the game. See, this is just awful on this bonus stage here. This is terrible. This is the worst. The worst. It's just really bad. Okay, so we're going to go out of there. Like I said, the Sega one is much better. Let's go down to Tengen. I'll play Super Sprint for you guys because I really like Super Sprint. Super Sprint's one of my favorite games. It's not a great racing game, but it's, by my standards, it's still pretty good. This one had a weird thing, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but at the arcade, I remember this having like a couple of steering wheels that you stood at and played. I assume I'm the yellow one because he is moving the same way I am pushing the control pad. And he seems to be just wrecking people, so that I'm going to assume that's me. But there was quite a few different racetracks. I'm going to show you what happens once you're done. You need to collect the wrenches. Of course, I missed that one up there that time. You kind of collect the wrenches and try to win races. The wrenches help. I believe they give you upgrades. I'm thinking that's what they do. We'll find out here in just a second. They do something. And then there's money there too. I think they give you power-ups. Anyway. That's that. And it's so like it says different stuff can come through like traffic cones to tornadoes, and you have to go different ways and stuff. And when you collect wrenches, they can be used after a race to power up your car with better tires, better acceleration, or higher top speed. So you want to try to collect them. I'm going to go to Tubin. Tubin's another one that was at the arcade. And the only way to get it on the Nintendo was by pretty much doing it this way. I'm not very good at this game. I understand what I'm doing, but I don't really get ready for River, Colorado. You're supposed to dodge stuff and collect stuff and things while you're going down this river. And you got projectiles you can shoot, but it's kind of hard to get him to turn where you really want him to turn. I mean, no, it doesn't look too bad right now. But see, he was going a little bit too fast. I couldn't see what was coming up. That was a little bit of an issue. Get in between those. Stupid trees. A little bit slower so I don't collide with whatever that was down there. There's a tree. And I missed one of the checkpoints. Not checkpoints. Checkpoint. Hey, you gotta watch out for the fishermen there. Try to pick you up. Really, guys, I wish I could tell you how bad the control feels on this. But I can't. Okefenokee. So you go down to so many stuff and you do all that stuff. But that's what you do on Tubin. I don't think there's any other ones I wanted to show you guys. Vindicators. Vindicators is another one that I know they made for Nintendo, and I know that they made it for Tengen, and both of them, I've seen both cartridges. I don't know that I own both cartridges, or either cartridge for that matter. Show you a little bit of Vindicators. Now I'll show you some Skull and Crossbones. Vindicators is just move your tank. Controls are a little bit wonky. It's a good game, but it takes some getting used to, especially on the controls. The controller is fighting me like crazy. I feel like I'm playing hard driving. And you just keep going through waves. You can, if you get enough money, you can collect, or enough stars, you can collect different upgrades for your, well, that one no good. You get different things for your tank. Run over those fuels. This one's kind of fun to play with two people. Kill my fuel. Wrong way. A lot of fuel over there. Not gonna make it, man. I don't really know what all the power-ups and stuff do, so y'all just have to bear with me a little bit. I don't know why the door is blue, but the key for it is black. I'll blow up, I think. Nope, barely got out. Didn't have any fuel left. See, now you can increase your speed, your shot range, your force field, shot power, smart shots, or purchase fuel. Because they do not refill your fuel after each stage. And you blow up. So, there's that. Skull and Crossbones is one I played a lot. I've never been able to beat. I've gotten pretty far. And I don't know if it's just I don't understand some of the game or what it is. See, it even tells you it's an unlicensed NES from Tengen. The Atari brand focused on computer and console games. It is inspired from the arcade game Skull and Crossbones, but gameplay is different. Pirate One Eye must battle pirates, ninjas, and undead in 6 levels to rescue a princess and steal a wizard's powers. There is a 2-player version of it. One of you is on top of the screen, the other one's on the bottom of the screen. It gets thoroughly confusing. I like the game, but it's definitely difficult. In a time long before ours, there were 2 pirates who entered the Forbidden Land. They went there to steal the wizard's magic powers. It is told that the wizard enslaved a princess and... ... That's what you get. You get dots. So, you see, now I have a gun. Now I can use that gun up to like 2 times. 2 more times. It's down there in the lower left-hand corner. Once you kill so many enemies, the screen moves, but you're under a timer as well. And there are hidden things that you can pick them up, and then you have to get off of them. The more stuff that you can collect, and the more things that you can get, the better off you're going to be. There are some things you don't want to collect. Over here is the wizard. You can hit him a couple of times whenever he shows up, but it ain't much. The wizard has taken your princess to his cave, collect weapons from a ship. And at the end of each stage, they trade, it says trading booty for weapons. So whatever you picked up, you get to trade. And you get your rating, your continues left. I know it's kind of blur on the screen. And your health and how much time. And then you can pick what you want to start this next stage with. These stages are easiest to hardest. I've been able to make it to about the 4th one. But there are all kinds of obstacles. It's kind of bad. You can squish the rats. The guys you have to kill. Controls a little bit slippery, so you gotta watch out for that too. Ow. If I can make it to the 2nd level, I'll show you guys the boss of the 2nd level. He's hilarious. You'll see why when I get there. See, I can't go on over. I haven't killed enough enemies to go on over. By the way, if you run out of weapons, you'll have to resort to your fist. And let me tell you something right now. Your fist don't cut it. And I do mean do not cut it. You see numbers coming off of them? That's how much damage I'm dealing to them every hit. If you haven't figured it out. Yeah, if you get hit by a barrel in the head, you fall down. Best thing to do is just try to stand in front of this guy and just wear him out. Okay, I died. You get 5 continues. There's an extra life. And pick up as much as I can here. You don't want to hit those, well, of course you don't want to hit those nasty. Mine, there seems to be a lot more rats this time than any other time I played. That was so wrong. That was so wrong too. Quit throwing barrels at me. Hit me in the head with barrels. Collect booty on land waves for weapon trade. Kill the wizard in time to save the princess. Well, the princess probably ain't gonna make it. Because despite my best effort, I usually can't get past stage 3 anyway. Ow! He shot me in the head. Ow. Now you have to wait for these things to go boom, boom, boom. So that you can get that. If you stand on anything for too long, it won't show you what's behind it. You have to functionally be off of it. There are some things you can find within the stage. No. Okay guys, you just see that S that just went across that I totally missed on? If you can catch that, there we go. It's like a heat-seeking missile. It goes and it kills. Yeah, and that's another thing that ticks me off about this game. See, I can't... Yeah, that yellow thing, it stops you in your tracks. Okay, I haven't killed enough enemies. And I don't have a weapon either. Oh boy. Haha! There we go. Timer will give you more time, but... See, that's the problem in this game, is trying to have enough time and things. Now, there's the executioner down there. He's a boss. And he's kind of bad. Oh, gosh, I just killed myself. That's poison, by the way, and it'll kill you. So, I gotta try to fight the executioner with just my bare hand, and he takes a lot of hits. So I'm gonna die a few times here. If you have a weapon by the time you get here, that helps. Yeah, he just die, die, die. And then, of course, stand there and keep swinging because he turns into the wizard. Find the magic weapon. Yeah, it says the same thing. And they trade in my stuff. And I get no guns, of course. This is usually where I fell. I'm just going to go ahead and, well, I don't know. I'll try to do something here. I probably won't make it. I don't think I've really ever found out what happens if you... Boy, I was asking for that. I just stood right in front of that cannon and took a shot to the face. Silly rabbit. Just took a shot to the face. Love you. You took a shot to the face. I got a gun now. I don't know why the enemies are just like archers and pirates and rats and like barbarians and stuff. I never quite figured out why we just have just that. By the way, if you play 2-player mode, the only difference between the two pirates is that one has like a red hat and stuff. The other one has all red on, where this one has blue. I guess that's refilling my health when I grab those. I'm not real sure. How many enemies do I have to kill? Jeez, you think I got enough already? Oh, that's bull. You know it! Ah! There we go. Arr! Arr, I can't jump! Oh, God. Really, guys, I was hitting the jump button, and he was having none of it. He was like, no, I'm not jumping. I was like, you better, if you know what's good for you. Oh, it's El Capitan again. nothing but... I'm down to my fist, so yeah, I'm gonna die. Okay. 98 of 238, rating 20. Whatever all that is. Game over, try again, watch your health and time. Cabin Boy. Weapons 98 of 460, Wizard 15 of 100. Press select, start B&A. A lot of games, that's how you got back to the title screen, was by pressing all 4 buttons. So that's how you actually got back to the title screen at that point. So, you know, we're not going to do that, but yeah. But that's how that was. So I just wanted to show you guys some of the games that Tengen made that you might know, and just some background information with them. We're going to do Wisdom Tree and Color Dreams next. And we're going to tell you what they did. They did about the same thing. But we're gonna talk to you about those, and then we'll talk to you about some of the games that they came out with, which we've went over as well. And we'll show you some of the stuff that they had. So until the next time, we will see you later.